Officer Jake Carter had seen plenty in his years on the force: car chases, standoffs, and heartbreaking cases, but nothing had ever moved him quite like this. It started as a routine patrol on a chilly autumn evening. The streets of Chicago were slick from a light drizzle, neon lights reflecting off the pavement. As he drove down a quiet neighborhood, something caught his eye: a lone German shepherd, its fur damp and matted, wandering aimlessly. Jake slowed his cruiser. The dog had no leash, no collar. It looked lost, confused. When he stepped out and whistled softly, the dog flinched and trotted away. Something about it felt familiar. Curiosity got the better of him. Jake followed, keeping a safe distance, letting the dog lead him wherever it was going. Block after block, the shepherd moved with an odd sense of purpose, weaving through alleys, pausing at street corners as if remembering something. Jake stayed back, drawn deeper into the silent mystery. Then, they reached an old house on West Elm Street. A house Jake hadn't seen in years. The dog stopped at the front steps, whimpering. Its tail wagged uncertainly, as if hoping for something. That's when it hit Jake like a freight train. He knew this house. He knew this dog. His heart pounded as he stepped closer, voice catching in his throat. "Max?" The dog turned, ears perking up. A slow recognition filled its brown eyes. It whined, then took hesitant steps toward him. Jake fell to his knees. Tears welled up and spilled over his Max, nudged his chest, licking at his chin, his nose, anything he could reach. Max had been his dog, his partner, his best friend on the K9 unit. 5 years ago, Max had been reported missing after a disastrous raid gone wrong. Jake had searched for weeks, putting up posters, checking every shelter, but Max had vanished. Yet here he was. Trembling, Jake wrapped his arms around the shepherd, feeling the warmth of his long-lost partner. That's when the porch light flicked on. An elderly woman peeked through the curtain before cautiously opening the door. "Oh. You found him," she said softly. Jake looked up, wiping his eyes. "You know Max?" His voice shook. She nodded. "He showed up at my doorstep a few years back. Wouldn't leave. I took care of him, but I always felt like he was looking for something. For someone." Jake swallowed hard. "He was looking for me." The woman smiled sadly. "Then I guess he finally found his way home." Max leaned against Jake, tail thumping softly on the ground. Jake knew, in that moment, he wasn't letting him go again. And for the first time in years, he truly felt whole.